Hello!
Hello friends, here is a review of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Wave 5 Jedi Luke Skywalker. I have to say, as far as Luke Skywalker costumes go, this is my favorite. I just, it's a great scene in Return of the Jedi when you first see Luke as a Jedi Knight as opposed to as some young kid. And I think that just the all black really feeds into that kind of just badassness. So really excited about this figure. This is our third Luke after the pilot Luke and then Luke in his Bespin gear. So it's our third one that we've seen. And then our fourth one, I believe, is maybe coming in the next wave, which will be in Stormtrooper gear. And then we'll also see one dressed for Hoth, which will be packaged as a deluxe with the Wampa, I believe. So we're going to see some more Lukes as we go, which means we've had a lot of Lukes, and as far as doubling up on characters, but not a lot of any other ones. So with the exception of the Stormtrooper, which was another one in this way, we get another Sand Trooper, which will be fun to look at. So let's see what the packaging has in store. As per usual, with these Wave 5 figures, we've got the blue text, the blue Death Star lighting. In the back, you've got one of my favorite scenes from Jedi, which is the duel in front of the Emperor. More of that blue lighting. And we have Luke goes to the second Death Star to confront his father, Darth Vader. Despite giving into his anger, Luke refuses to destroy his father and rejects Emperor Palpatine's attempts to turn Luke to the dark side. I'll never turn to the dark side. So, got a nice likeness there. We can see that he has packaged with him two accessories, a lightsaber, and then we have a tunic, replaceable front for his tunic. So let's get it open and see what this actually looks like outside of the package. And here he is out of the package. Very skinny figure, which is interesting. A couple of things right off the bat. Number one, the face sculpt. I feel like the Luke sculpts on the heads are not getting better. They're getting worse. The original one in flight gear was probably the best head sculpt that we've seen. The next one, which I just happen to have on hand, there's a big difference in the quality of the face sculpt. I'm a big fan of the Bespin face sculpt. Some people have been said some things against it, but honestly, I'm a big fan of the Bespin face sculpt. But yeah, the head sculpt on the new one, on the Jedi Luke, just doesn't look quite right. Same thing with the body type. If you look, I know that he appears very thin in the film, but that's a really thin figure. He does not have much meat on him, especially compared to some other versions of him. Almost like the body is undersized for the head. In fact, I think that's what the problem is. I think the head is a little big for the body there. So let's go through looking at him. So regular articulation that we've come to expect from Star Wars Black. He's going to be extremely posable, wobbly feet. He does have kind of a soft plastic legs that have a little bit of flex to them, which may affect your ability to pose him. But overall, it's kind of the same thing that we've come to expect from these Star Wars Black 6-inch figures. As far as his on-figure accessory, he does have his belt, and it does have a hook for his lightsaber. What we've seen is that they're really good about putting hooks on Luke for lightsabers, but not so good for any of the others. including the Darth Vader figure that was part of Wave 5. There's no place to hang his lightsaber. So I don't know why they're so good about it with this figure, with the Luke figures, but not so much with the others. Still, it does look good hanging from his hilt. It doesn't look too terribly out of place. But again, I feel like that body just looks a little small, especially with this belt. The belt almost is comically big on him. Looks like he's wearing around in his dad's belt. As far as the removable tunic piece goes, you just pull it off, and it's pretty much seamless, honestly. You wouldn't look at that and say that's a removable piece. It just looks like it's the styling of a button front, you know, with a two-flapped tunic. So when you take it off and you put on the flap one, I think it adds some much needed detail. I think that the solid black paint scheme, I mean, there's not a lot of weathering. In fact, I don't see any variation in the paint at all. So it does provide some nice detail that otherwise it would be kind of a bland figure. Again, it's Jedi Luke, so it is something that we've wanted. I don't know how much more they could have really done with it. Just based, I mean, a little better head sculpt would have been nice. A cloak, his Jedi cloak would have been nice as well. Especially it would have been nice to have been able to pose him with that Jedi cloak on. But overall, it's about what you would expect from for a Jedi Luke. There's just, you know, there's not a whole lot there. He wears all black. So really, my biggest gripe on this one is just the head sculpt. Again, cloak would have been nice, but really it's the head sculpt that bugs me. And then, but he is going to look great scaled next to Vader. So I should be able to get some nice display poses between him and the new Wave 5 Vader. But again, so far of the ones that I have, and the only one we haven't reviewed at this point, which would be the Sand Trooper, I'm going to tell you this is definitely my least favorite of the wave. Even seeing the Sand Trooper not out of the package yet, I can tell you this is my least favorite of the wave. It just, something about the sculpting. The body could be bigger. The head could be better sculpted. You know, detail-wise, it's got the level of detail that we expect. I mean, it's an all-black outfit. We're not going to see any weathering there. I just think that there could be something a little bit, there's just something about the body and the head that doesn't quite jive with me. But, you know, I do like all these figures, and I think that it's kind of a small gripe. I'm happy to have him in the collection. I think he's going to look great on display. Though I am running out of space to display all my Star Wars black figures. I think he will he fits the part. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to more Fourth Guy in Line videos.